Welcome to the Respectful Divorce Podcast. If you're considering divorce, it's important to know that you have options for how you divorce. On the Respectful Divorce Podcast, we explore those options and provide advice from divorce professionals. I'm your host, Tim Crouch, and today we're talking with Marci Martinez, a collaborative divorce attorney who has offices in Denton and in Decatur, Texas. Marci, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
So let me just ask you kind of to start off, why and how did you get into family law?
Absolutely. Good question. Well, I feel like I have a heart for people, and family law is tough, right? You're dealing with people who are hurting, usually going through a difficult time, whether it be a divorce or children going through modification. And I truly have a heart for people. And I feel like I've definitely been, called to help walk alongside them in this difficult time.
Yeah. Did you go to law school thinking you'd become a family law attorney?
No, I did not. I thought I would be somewhere in Washington, D.C. and doing something with the bigwigs, but it didn't turn out that way. That's okay.
So you gravitated to family law, and now one of the things that you are offering is collaborative divorce. Why and how did you begin to say collaborative needs to be a part of my practice?
For several reasons. I think number one, again, we're dealing with difficult emotions with people. So I really love that collaborative divorce provides an alternative to litigation with a mental health professional and also with a financial professional. So I think having those professionals there is such a huge asset for people that really don't know how to navigate. And also it keeps people out of court. Again, it's very stressful to go to court and have a contested hearing in front of a judge. So the more we can keep that collaborative and working together, the better experience, in my opinion, people have.
So the collaborative process, how does it feel different to you from the traditional sort of litigated process? What feels different about it?
I feel like the goals are different. So from the outset, the parties are able to articulate their goals for the children, for themselves, and then everybody is working collaboratively to try to reach and meet those goals for both parties, right? So whereas if you start off adversarial in a traditional setting, it's very different where we're usually filing motions and running off to court. So it's very goal-centered. It's very more team-centered to help these people in the long run.
And for you as the attorney in a collaborative case, how is your approach different when you're working with your clients collaboratively?
I think it's more structured. We follow a set timeline of meetings, and I think it helps them focus again on the goals, what we're trying to accomplish and reach. And I honestly, people have told me they feel more heard by everybody. And what I mean by that is, the person they're divorcing, they're working with them collaboratively. They feel more heard by them, more heard by their attorneys, by the team in general, versus if they had just gone to court. So it's very goal oriented from the beginning.
Yeah. So that then maybe the other side of that is what happens in a litigated process that for you as the attorney who wants to help people is frustrating?
It is. It's very adversarial, number one, and we're alone against everybody in the sense that it's me and my client. We're filing a motion and it's totally 100% up to the judge. I don't have a guarantee to my client that it's going to go their way. The opposing party is not there to listen to their goals, right? They're there to their goals usually on a contested process or adversarial process. So it's very, very different. And even when we walk out of a hearing that's contested where, say, a client gets what they want, it's still not a good experience. It's very difficult to go through a contested hearing for most people.
And it's pretty destructive, isn't it, in terms of the relationships that are there, whether it's with the soon to be ex-spouse or with the rest of your family, your children and others. It's a destructive process, right?
Oh, it's hugely destructive mentally, emotionally, financially. It's expensive to have a contested hearing, and it sends a message. It's me against you. It's not us as co-parents. It's me versus you or me versus them. It's highly destructive. Absolutely.
And then I guess that benefit on the collaborative side is when you talk about co-parenting is you are going to have to be in a relationship if you have children with your ex really for the rest of your life, right?
You do. Absolutely. You have to make decisions together. You're going to show up at events together. You have to learn how to communicate for the best interest of the children. Absolutely. That relationship will continue.
And so being a good co-parent means that you can't have destroyed the relationship, right?
That's correct. Being a good co-parent means you are team mom and dad and you're putting the kids first. You're not doing me versus you. It's about the kids at that point. And those are skills that you really need to develop and hone for the best interest of the kids.
And then moving to kind of one of those differences, in a litigated divorce, the judge makes the decision and you don't really have control over that decision. Whereas in the collaborative process, you and your spouse are making those decisions. Even the team is not making those decisions for you, right?
That's correct. In a collaborative setting, they meet with the parenting facilitator and come up with a parenting plan. They make that choice versus if you go to court, it's a court order. Right. It's something that we have to live with usually, and I can't really do anything about it. So it's a much better experience and process to come up with a parenting plan collaboratively.
And those financial decisions that need to be made where you're really looking at both of your financial futures and you have that financial professional that's helping you to make those decisions, right?
Absolutely. In a traditional divorce, you don't typically have that unless you hire somebody independently outside of that setting. But in a collaborative setting, you have that person there and you both get to work with a financial person to come up with a plan that will help both parties financially.
So this is the Respectful Divorce podcast, and we're doing this ahead of Divorce with Respect Week, which is coming up March 3rd through 9th. When you think about a respectful divorce, what does a respectful divorce really look like?
For me, that means collaboration. Everybody's coming to the table. Nobody's hiding information. Nobody's adversarial. It's a respectful divorce. It's a much different experience versus the traditional adversarial setting.
I've heard some people say the other part of that is sort of self-respect, that in a litigated divorce, you may do things you're not proud of, but you can maintain your own dignity and self-respect in a collaborative process.
Absolutely. I think that's true because when you're adversarial, you may play dirty or have your attorney file motions that you wouldn't necessarily be comfortable with, but you feel compelled to do so because it's so adversarial versus being in a collaborative setting. You are being transparent and everything's on the table. Everybody's working collectively together. Nobody's hiding anything.
The other thing sort of along this, it sounds very kumbaya-ish. But this is not an easy divorce. It's still hard work.
It is absolutely still hard work. Yes, you still have to do the work. You still have to go through it. It's still emotional. It doesn't take that part away, but it takes away some of the negative experiences that I described earlier as far as the adversarial route. It's definitely a much better approach. And in my experience, people are happier going through collaborative divorce with the result.
And one of the things I hear about litigated divorces is the people who are unhappy that they keep going back to court over and over again for modifications and to solve other issues. That generally doesn't happen in a collaborative case.
That's correct. I've never seen a collaborative case come back on a modification. That doesn't mean it can't happen. It's just very rare to see that. That's absolutely correct. So you could save yourself thousands of dollars in litigation fees down the road if you just start with the collaborative divorce in the first place.
So you're participating in Divorce with Respect Week, which is March 3rd through 9th. That's a chance for somebody to talk with you about their divorce options.
Yes, we would love to have somebody come in and do a consult and talk to us about options and collaborative divorce. And we're happy to meet with them and promote that.
Yeah, that's a free consultation, 30-minute consultation during Divorce with Respect Week. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, Marci, what's the best way to do that?
They can simply call us. Our phone number is 940-320-2922. They can also go to our website and fill out a contact form. And the website is martinezlegalpc.com.
All right. We will put all of that information in the show notes, along with a link to divorcewithrespectweek.com. It is through that website that you can schedule those free consultations with any of the divorce professionals on the website, but in particular with Marci. She is listed in the Texas section of Divorce with Respect Week. Marci, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate you.
This important programming note, Divorce with Respect Week is March 3rd through 9th. During Divorce with Respect Week, you can talk with lawyers, divorce coaches, divorce financial experts for free to learn more about the divorce process and your options. Simply go to divorcewithrespectweek.com to find professionals near you. That's divorcewithrespectweek.com. I'm Tim Crouch, reminding you that collaborative divorce is a better way to untie the knot.